The Tale of Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni and the Four Thieves, a story of wit, justice, and redemption. Once upon a time, during the era of the mighty Ghaznavid Empire, Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni ruled with great wisdom and power. The Sultan had an unusual habit. He often disguised himself and roamed the streets of his city at night to understand the true condition of his people. One night, while on one of these secret strolls, he came across four men whispering among themselves in a dark alley. Curious, he approached and asked, "Brothers, what are you doing here at this hour?" One of them replied, "We are thieves, discussing a plan for our next heist." The Sultan, still in disguise, said, "Then I'm one of you. If you find it suitable, allow me to join your group." The thieves replied, "We don't include anyone in our group unless they have a special skill. Tell us what you're good at, and then we'll decide." The Sultan smiled and said, "I do have a skill, but first, if you don't mind, why don't each of you share your talents? Then I'll tell you mine." Intrigued, the thieves agreed. The first thief said, "I can sniff out treasure no matter where it is, be it hidden in a mountain cave or buried deep beneath the sea." The second said, "I can understand the language of animals." The third one said, "I can unlock the strongest of locks without a key." The fourth added, "If I see someone even once, even in pitch darkness, I can recognize them immediately the next time." After hearing their skills, the Sultan said, "My talent is this. If a criminal is standing at the gallows and I merely nod my head, he can be instantly pardoned." The thieves were stunned and impressed. They exclaimed, "Your skill is greater than all of ours. If you're with us, we have nothing to fear." They began planning a major theft, this time targeting the royal palace itself. As they made their way to the palace under cover of darkness, a dog barked at them. The Sultan asked the thief, who understood animal language, "What is this dog saying?" The thief listened and replied, "He says that one among the five of you is actually the Sultan." The Sultan feigned confusion. "How can that be?" The thief shrugged, "I don't know. That's just what the dog said." They continued toward the palace. Once inside, everything went smoothly. One thief located the treasure room. Another opened the chest filled with gold coins and jewels without a key, and they began collecting the loot. However, at the Sultan's quiet suggestion, they left behind a particularly valuable diamond in the chest. After safely returning to their hideout, they divided the loot into 5 equal parts. When they offered the Sultan his share, he politely declined, saying, "Meeting you all was a pleasure. Take my share as a gift." Before leaving, he casually asked their names and addresses in conversation and memorized them. The next morning, the guard in charge of the royal treasury discovered that one of the treasure chests had been emptied. Only a single diamond remained. He assumed the diamond had fallen during the hurried theft, and, instead of reporting it, he greedily pocketed it, planning to add it to the list of stolen items. He rushed to the Sultan's chamber to inform him of the theft. The city was soon buzzing with the news. Someone had stolen from the royal treasury. The Sultan dispatched a unit of soldiers to arrest the thieves using the information he had secretly gathered. The soldiers found the exhausted thieves resting and captured them along with the stolen loot. They were brought to the palace, but the Sultan ordered they be kept in the dungeon for the time being. Meanwhile, he instructed his officials to compare the recovered items with the treasury's inventory. After comparison, it was found that one valuable diamond was still missing. When informed, the thieves insisted, "We didn't take that diamond. Our 5th companion asked us to leave it behind." Hearing this, the Sultan summoned the treasury guard. He asked, The recovered items are all here except one precious diamond. The thieves claim they left it behind in the chest. Can you explain where it is?" The guard, trying to cover his crime, replied, "Your Majesty, how can you trust the word of thieves? Who would leave such a priceless gem behind? Surely they must have hidden it somewhere." The Sultan nodded and dismissed him without showing his suspicions. In his heart, however, he had a plan. Meanwhile, the four thieves sat in their cell, confused. "Why hasn't our fifth companion been arrested yet?" one asked. "Remember what the dog said?" Another replied. "Maybe our fifth companion was the Sultan." "If he was," said the one with the gift of recognition, "I will recognize him immediately." They sent a message to the guards, asking to be presented before the Sultan. When this request was passed on, the Sultan instructed the guard to tell the thieves, "Until the missing diamond is produced, you cannot be brought before the Sultan." The guard delivered the message. The thief with the treasure-sniffing ability looked carefully at the guard, then said, "Take us to the court. I will present the diamond myself." When the guard reported this, the Sultan agreed. The four thieves were brought before the royal court under heavy guard. One of the officials asked, "Where is the diamond?" The treasure-sniffing thief stepped forward and said, "Your Majesty, the diamond is in this very court, but before I reveal it, I request that all of us be searched thoroughly, so you can be sure none of us are hiding it." The Sultan nodded. The treasury guard searched each thief, but found nothing. Then the thief stepped forward again, bowed respectfully, and said, "Your Majesty, now that it's proven we don't have the diamond, I will reveal where it is. Your official has a secret pocket in his robe. Inside it is a small box, and the diamond is hidden there. May I present it?" The Sultan permitted it. As the thief reached into the secret pocket, the guard turned pale. The thief pulled out the small box and presented the diamond to the Sultan. The court gasped in shock. The Sultan turned to the guard, who was trembling in fear. "Arrest him," the Sultan commanded. The soldiers seized the guilty man and took him away. Then the Sultan turned to the astonished court and declared, "We had suspected this man of embezzling royal property for some time, but he was clever in covering his tracks. Today, thanks to these thieves, we have caught him. Even the cleverest of criminals eventually get caught. And now, he will receive a punishment so harsh that no one will dare to betray a trust again." He looked toward the thieves, but before he could say anything, the thief who could recognize faces stepped forward and said, "Your Majesty, our skills are now known to you. Just one nod of your head, and we will be free." The Sultan laughed at his boldness. Handing the diamond to the thief, he said, "Take this and the rest of your loot. You are all pardoned. Go wherever you like." Then he added, "This pardon is not just because you helped expose a corrupt officer. We want the world to know. Stealing is a crime that may be forgiven, but betraying a trust is a crime that can never be forgiven, even if it seems small." The four thieves, who had lost all hope of survival, joyfully took their treasures and left the court, showering blessings on the Sultan. His generosity touched them deeply, and from that day forward, they gave up a life of crime and lived the rest of their days